What up, party people? I am Erika. Today we are talking love during a lockup. Ayonna and Jamahl. We're talking Shonta and True. Can he ever be true? And we're going to talk Slick Rick, all of this and more. So, you guys, let's get into it.
I want a happy ending, tired of pretending. Won't let them get the best of me. Whoa, 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 give me the break. The game is survival. Give me the break. The game is survival. Give me the break and claim my arrival.
What's up, you guys? Let's get into it. So, this episode is called Wife or Mistress. So, the first couple we're going to talk about is Shonta and True. So, let me get them on the screen. These right here, okay? Shonta and True are an interesting couple. All right. So here's what happens to them this episode. Basically, Shantae gets all of her pictures back, every last one of them. Okay. And so she calls the jail and they tell her, if you didn't send any nudity, then someone sent nudity to True, or contraband or something like that, and he got it. And so that made all of his mail, stop coming, and all of his mail be returned to him, or returned to sender, I should say. So she calls True because she's kind of like, I know all the photos I sent were, appropriate. There wasn't any nudity. Obviously, she doesn't send contraband. So True comes up with this story that, his boy, Two Braids, not going to say anything about the name, Two Braids, who shall remain anonymous. Basically, he comes back with this story that Two Braids has been talking about how bad his chicks are, how great they are. So he's like, okay, send me photos. Now, I'm not sure if Two Braids been in prison or not, because I'm not clear why Two Braids don't know enough not to send nudity or contraband. So basically he's like, oh, I gotta call Two Braids. Maybe he sent me a naked photo. So he's totally playing boo boo the fool. Okay. And what's kind of interesting about Shantae is that her mind knows that True is a liar, but her heart is like, oh, but I love him. I love him. I love him. I love is him. But is it just me? Or here's what I got to say about Shantae.
You can't handle the truth.
Shantae, I think that's the issue. I think you know what the truth is, but you're not ready for it, sweetie. You not ready. Okay? Because even if we look at True explains to the camera, to the producers or whatever, that he usually dates white women, but he's like, yeah, I'm attracted to Shantae. And then he tells us, the viewers, that same Two Braids story that he told Shantae. And all I can say is this right here.
Lie detector determined that was a lie.
True, you be lying. I don't know why you call yourself True, because most of the time, let's see. Let's put him back up so we can see what he be looking like. Okay. Let's put them back up here so we can see how they look. Okay, that's Shantae. This is how True be looking. That right there is how True looks. Okay, when he explains his story, when he says he's attracted to her. All right. Yeah, he just looks like he's lying. Okay. All I can tell you, Shantae, right now, your mind is telling you this, and we're all telling you this right here, girl.
Run.
Run, Shantae, okay? Run. So basically, that's how it ends with her. She, first of all, we found out last week that her brother probably knows some stuff on True. And that's the thing. When you have a family member in prison, hopefully they love you enough to not hook you up with somebody else who is also in prison. Just saying. But let's move on to the next couple. All right, and this is going to be a quick video because I am behind on this season. Samantha and Rick. So we come to find out that Rick is a hoe. That's what we find out in house music terms. Get the hoe, get the hoe. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Okay. So Rick calls Samantha because he's finally going to his reunion. And show a pic of that. So first, let's do it this way. Let's do a big pic. So first we see Rick right here showing us that 58-year-old bod, which I'm not hating on it. It could be worse. Okay. I can see why Rick gets all the pickings from the reunion from his high school class, because as you get older, it's hard out here in these streets. So go ahead, Rick. So Rick is trying to maintain this relationship with Samantha, but still enjoy his I am single life out there in Arizona. And I will say, I hope my high school reunion never gets to the point where we have to have it at somebody's house. I don't know about that, but Samantha tells him, "Okay, I'm worried that." I guess he's been pretty honest with Samantha about people that he's hooked up with, quote unquote, since the last reunion, 10-year reunion or whatever. So this is their 40-year reunion. So I guess the 30-year reunion, he hooked up with well, I think he told her about one person. We find out at the reunion he done hooked up with two, and the rest of them are looking at him with the hungry eyes. Hungry eyes. Yes. That's how they are looking at Mr. Rick. So we get to the reunion. Now this is the first girl. She is from the very beginning, she stakes claim on Rick, right? So she says she's in love with him. She and Rick have been talking off and on for years and years and years. And so she's telling the other girls. And then we come to find out when she's telling the girls, we find out, let me hide this for a second. Let's make it a little bit bigger. So we come to find out that this chick right here. All right, you guys, this is another. Now, I feel sorry for her, right? Because at least he remembered the first girl. This chick, I guess, is back in his old drinking days. He turns out, he thinks he hid it in the parking lot. Like he didn't even make it to her house. He hid it in the car. But she's like, "Well, I remember when you used to drink, you used to call me all the time." So I think he has made more than one drunk booty call with her. I appreciate her trying to she said they had deep conversations. She too indicated she was in love with him. So Rick is trying to be a player and enjoy his reunion and maybe get laid at the end of the night, right? And so what happens is Samantha calls while we're at the reunion. And that's the thing, Samantha. I don't think, do I have an overlay for thirsty? I don't think so, but I'm gonna have to find one because Samantha, why are you calling? You know he's at the reunion. Talk to him the next day, girl. Talk to him the next day. Talk to him, when he gets home, have him text you when he makes it home. But she calls during the reunion. He steps aside to take the call. The first girl walks up on him while he's on the phone. And so she asked Samantha, like, "Well, what's your relationship? Why don't you tell me?" And Samantha breaks the news that they're engaged. And the first girl was like, "Oh, okay, that's great. I totally respect it." Rick was trying to explain, like, "I didn't walk in here and make an announcement. It's a reunion." And so So the first girl, I think her name is Sandy, I believe, Sandra. She's like, "Oh, okay." She basically pretends like she gonna let the other girls know, but I don't think she cares that he's engaged. She gonna try to get it. So the question will be, will Rika be a player? Let me know what you guys think. I still kind of like this couple, although I agree with Rick. I don't see him moving. She wants him to move. And it's like, girl, I'm on retirement. I don't got moving money. Like that wasn't in the budget. And I don't know. It's interesting because she's like, oh, I have grandkids. So I don't know. I don't have any kids. So I'm not sure. But Rick, enjoy your life. You are a swinging single. So stay sober, but enjoy it. Okay. So let's move on to our next couple. Let's see. Let's talk Candice and Andrew. All right. So in this episode, we see Andrew fixing up this apartment. He's spent like $15,000 in furniture and deposits and leasing and all these things. And he don't even live in, I want to say, I think they're in Nevada or whatever. He lives in New Jersey. So she's trying to convince him to move out there because she doesn't want to leave until she has custody of her son, but she also indicates that he is like pretty much he's bankrolling her. So he has her entire uh life in his hands. That's what she says. Her friend, this is her sort of girlfriend, mom friend or whatever, she's like, "Oh, you have such a good one here." I think she low key is like, "Shoot, I could deal with Andrew." And I think Andrew probably has a better shot with her than he actually does with Candice. Okay. So, but he's buying Candice her designer Louis Vuitton bags. He has all of her things packed up. And pretty much the scene with them is kind of the one that closes the episode. We see him at the jail, waiting for her to be released. And she's calling, and there's all these delays. And it's always that moment of, is she going to be released? Has she been released someplace else? Is she running a total scam? And he's pretty much, outside the jail trying to figure out which door she's coming out of, looking like this right here. This is Andrew at the end of the episode. Yeah, just waiting, hoping that she's going to show up. And so that's kind of, how we're left with them. So let's move right on to our last and final couple, which is Ayonna and Jamahl. So Ayonna is going to meet up with Jamal's family, which she met them before, but this is when he was with her best friend and not with her. So she met her kind of like as the friend, which is so interesting because I can't even imagine it. But anyway, she meets first of all, her brother is driving her to the meetup. And Jamahl calls and basically he tells her that the first hiccup is that he wants to wait 2 years before getting married, right? And so she's kind of mad and goes off on that or whatever. And I'm like, girl, I'm not sure why she's in such a rush, but she does have 2 kids, so maybe she just wants to be more secure. So that part kind of makes sense. But so then we see his family. And so this is Ayonna and his family. And they're kind of like, all right, girl, is it real? Are you going to be the wife? Are you going to be the mistress? That's what the mother says. And so then Jamahl calls and they kind of ask Jamahl, like, is she your number one? He's like, yeah, 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 yeah. And then the sisters, I would say, we're a little sneaky here, especially the taller sister. She was a little sneaky. The taller sister says, "Oh, is this going to be your first marriage?" Like, you don't know how many times he been married? So then the mother's like, nah, this is your second marriage. So that's when Ayonna starts flipping out. What do you mean? You never told me you were married before. And she's all upset. He plays it all the way down like it wasn't a real marriage. It was just in the Muslim religion. It was only for a few months. Turns out it's one of his 4 baby mamas. And she wants to be number 5. So I don't even know. Does he have like 5 kids? I don't know. Let me know the numbers down there. But she wants to be. Also, you guys, if you're still here, like, comment, subscribe, people, please do. But basically, she wants to be the 5th baby mama. She wants to, she wants to get married. She finds out that he was married before. She feels a way about it because he's been co-parenting with this woman. Clearly, he's been seeing her since they have a child together, but she does not understand why he never told her, right? And the main reason I would say is probably because Jamahl is a snake. Boo. But who knows? Maybe maybe he's not. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, so she's upset, but she's getting ready to face 2 to 3 weeks at least, probably for her own charges. She need to get herself together. So so she's just trying to kind of deal with that and meet his family and kind of make a good impression, which I think her impression on them, they seem cool. They seem kind of cool with her. They're worried because that's when you ain't shit, right? When your family can't even pretend you shit, that's when you ain't ish. Okay. Because his family was like, well, we know him. Do he really seem like the marrying kind? And the answer would be no. Okay. The answer would be a no. No, he's not the marrying kind. Okay. Ayonna, so you two need to get up out of there, girl. You need to do one of these. Leave, chica, because he's probably gonna play you. But who knows? We need to have hope. We need to have hope out in these streets. So that's it for tonight. So if you made it this far, again, please like, comment, subscribe for sure. I'm trying to get up to 500 subscribers. Thank you all for those of you who have been here for a minute. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging in with me. And for the new subscribers, thank you so much. We made 200. Yay. So we're on our way. We're trying to get to 500, you guys. So again, like, comment, subscribe. And for the most important thing, be you, be true, be great. All right, you guys, that's it. I will see you in the next video. Ciao for now, folks. Bye. Toodles.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm